Good afternoon, class. Today, does anyone remember what we talked about last week? Jessica.
Adding and subtracting fractions.
That's correct. Can anyone give me an example of adding fractions? Daniel?
1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1/2.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so I have this problem on the board. Does anybody want to come up and solve it for me?
Nose goes.
Jessica. Good job. Did everyone see how she simplified the fraction from 4/4 to 1? Everyone remember that? Okay, good. Today, we're going to be talking about multiplying fractions. Now, a very important part of multiplying fractions is to make sure that you remember which one is the numerator and which one is the denominator. I left our cheat sheet up here so that everyone can remember that the top one is the numerator and the bottom one is the denominator, okay? Okay, so when you multiply fractions, say we're trying to make a cake, but I only want to make half a cake. So the recipe calls for 3/4 of a cup of flour. So how do I get half of 3/4 of a cup? You have to multiply, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so there are 3 steps to multiplying fractions. Step 1, you multiply the numerator. Oh, my handwriting is terrible. Okay, so step 2, you multiply the denominator. Gosh, that's terrible. Okay. And step 3, you simplify. Okay, so to bake our cake, we need 1/2 times 3/4. Okay, so step 1.
Do you have to use units?
No, not for this part. Later on in the week. Okay, so step 1, we multiply our numerators. So what's 1 times 3? 3. Very good. Now we multiply our denominators. So what's 2 times 4?
8.
Good job. So for our cake, we need 3/8 of a cup of flour. Okay? So now I have some examples. Everyone got the 3 steps? You got those down? Got written down in your notes? Yeah? Okay. So now, we're going to practice multiplying fractions together. So who wants to go first? Kathleen, you can go first, but wait till I'm done writing. Okay.
I'm going to do number 2.
Okay, Jessica, you can do number 2.
Suck.
Well, you're going to do number 3, so. Ooh, that's a hard one.
Okay, Miss Kathleen, why don't you come up and do number 1?
3 times 3 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12.
18, 36.
Daniel, stop doing wrong answers.
6 over 12 reduced to 1/2. That would be the solution.
Good job. Miss Jessica?
I have a question about number 1.
Yes, Daniel.
Could she have reduced before she multiplied by cross-reducing?
Yes, but we haven't learned that yet.
Really?
You seem to be ahead of the class.
I like to be ahead of you.
We're learning that one tomorrow. Miss Jessica, why don't you take a look at that again, remember our steps, and see if you did anything wrong.
What's the first?
What was the first step?
I added this. Side of the chalkboard so the camera can see it.
What are we talking about today?
Multiplying.
So why would you add?
That's what we did last time.
Okay, last time that would have been correct. Kind of.
Okay.
So go back to the steps and try again.
What was the first step?
Multiply the numerator. Good job. Okay, so who would like to do number 3? All right, then. Good job. That one was really hard. Okay, that's fine. Now, would someone like to do number 4?
Is this a 4 or 7?
That's a 4. Good job. Everyone did an excellent job.
Everyone?
Yes, everyone. Okay, so now that we're able to multiply fractions, we're gonna play a game.
I love games.
So everyone gets
Dungeons and
to
Dragons?
shh. Everyone sit with your activity buddy, which you already should be. Okay? The game is called Throwing Fractions. And I'm going to give each of you 2 random number generators and a blank worksheet. You will roll the number generators twice to get each pair of fractions. On your first roll, the smallest number is your first numerator, and your larger number is your denominator. For example, I rolled an 8 and a 10, so my first fraction will be 8/10. Okay? And then you will do it again for your second fraction. So my second fraction is 10/10, which we all know is 1. Good job. Okay, so you may simplify before you multiply, okay? Or you can wait till afterwards, your preference.
You can simplify before.
If you notice on the worksheet, there are 20 blank spots, okay? The first group to correctly solve all 20 of their random number problems gets to go to the treasure chest and pick a prize.
Yay.
Okay, so you may begin.
5 8s. 8 10s.
7 6.
6 5 6.
6 8.
6 10s.
You have to solve your problems too.
6 7.
8 9.
6 8.
5 5.
7 7.
5 7.
5 7.
5
6 7.
7 8.
5, 9, 5, 8, 5, 7, 7, 10, 7, 8, 6, 7, 6, 7, 5, 5, 5, 5, 8, 9, 7, 9, 6, 8, 9, 8, or 8, 9, sorry. 5, 6. Wait, 5, 8, 5, 8, 6, 6. 5, 6. 5, 8, 6, 10, 5, 10, 8, 9, 7, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 7, 8, 5, 9, 10, 10, 5, 5, 9, 8, 9,
6 8s. 5 7s. 6 7s. 5 7s. 6 9s. 5 7s. 8 8.
you can't either.
7 8s. 6 10s. 6 10s.
For your fractions to be correct, they must be simplified.
So we calculate.
No, calculator, sorry. Don't call yourself stupid. Everyone makes simple mistakes.
Oh, that one's not pretty.
You have to wait for your partner.
Mm-hmm. You didn't put your name on it, though.
Six
5 by
of
6.
Hmm?
6 of the same.
Right?
No, 6 doesn't hold a 6.
Oh, right. Wait, but this is
That's a 5.
9 versus.
72.
Okay, this should just be 1, so it should be 5, 8.
Yeah.
I get 9 over 1. Is that one of them?
Should be over that, I think.
Alright.
Let's reduce, let's reduce, let's reduce, let's reduce.
Let's do 7 tenths.
I don't know how to do that before.
Oh, that's
Okay,
okay.
this is.
So that's you.
So that's 25 over 42.
Okay, 16, 17,
5 over 10, so 1 over 10.
So that's you.
Now we'll convert to
Done.
Good job. But it has to be correct. So I will mark it as you turned it in first, and I will grade them. Once they are graded, you will know if you get to go to the treasure chest or not.
Oh boy.
No.
What's in the treasure chest? Same stuff as last time?
Yes.
You didn't get anything new?
I don't know. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. That's why it's a treasure chest.
My mom said I can't bring home any stamps anymore.
That sucks.
Yeah,
They're the best.
yeah.
How are you guys doing?
Well, my mom told me I can't bring any more yo-yos. I messed up the whole bunch. She doesn't like to untangle them at all.
14. No, 14.
I bet you can't roll 8-8.
If you don't have the dice, I can't.
Well, try.
Okay. Alright. So now that everyone is finished. So, in review, today we learned all about multiplying fractions. Remember, multiplying fractions is taking a portion of a fraction, okay? So remember that there are 3 steps. Multiply the numerator, multiply the denominator, and then simplify, okay? So, just a second. Using these rules, you will succeed in multiplying fractions. For your homework, I want you to go home and see how often you actually multiply fractions without even thinking about it. Do you have a question, Jessica? Are you?
How come we always put the small number on top?
You don't always put the small number on top, but for this game we did to simplify the rules. Sometimes you will have a fraction that is, for instance, 3/2. That is an actual fraction that we will use later on when we start doing mixed numbers. Okay? So, class dismissed.
Recess.
I want my treasure.
Let me treasure you. You are my